The Zarkonian scout ship hung silently in the inky void of space, its advanced cloaking technology rendering it invisible to Earth's primitive detection systems. On board, Chief Observer Xelna peered intently at the holographic display, her large, multifaceted eyes reflecting the blue and green orb that filled the screen. Fascinating, she chittered to her fellow observers. This planet teems with life, yet one species clearly dominates. Focus our sensors on their population centers. As the view zoomed in on a bustling city, the aliens watched in rapt attention. Humans scurried about their daily lives, unaware of the scrutiny from above. Xelna's antennae twitched with excitement as she analyzed the data streaming in. "Look at their physiology," she exclaimed. "Binocular vision, but their teeth, predominantly flat, and their digestive system, clearly adapted for plant matter. We may have found a civilization of herbivores." Her second-in-command, Vexlor, mandibles clicked in agreement. "Their behavior supports this theory. Observe how they cultivate vast fields of crops. They seem to have no natural predators." The Zarkonians continued their observations, meticulously documenting every aspect of human life they could detect from orbit. They watched as humans tended gardens, picnicked in parks, and grocery shopped, all activities that reinforced their hypothesis. Days turned into weeks as the alien scouts built a profile of humanity. They observed human interactions, marveling at displays of affection and cooperation. They saw humans caring for the elderly, nurturing their young, and even showing kindness to other species they kept as pets. "Such a gentle species," Xelna remarked, her exoskeleton flushing a warm pink, the Zarkonian equivalent of a smile. "They seem to possess no natural weapons, no claws, no significant strength compared to other Earth species. It's remarkable they've become the dominant life form." Vexlor, ever the cautious one, raised concerns. "But what of these structures?" He highlighted images of military bases and weapons stockpiles. "These seem designed for conflict." Xelna waved a multi-jointed limb dismissively. "Likely defensive measures against the planet's true predators. We've seen how dangerous some of their wildlife can be." "No, Vexlor, everything points to a peaceful, herbivorous species." As their mission neared its end, the Zarkonians witnessed a scene that cemented their misconception. In a small town, they observed a group of humans rescuing a trapped animal from a drainage ditch. The aliens watched in awe as the humans worked tirelessly, using their problem-solving skills and technology to save a creature that offered them no apparent benefit. "There," Xelna said, her voice filled with warmth. "That is the true nature of humanity, compassionate, intelligent, and peaceful. They will make perfect additions to the Galactic Coalition." Vexlor nodded, his earlier doubts assuaged. "I concur, Chief Observer. Shall I prepare the first contact protocols?" "Yes," Xelna replied, her eyes still fixed on the Earth. "Send word to the homeworld. We found an ideal candidate for uplifting. These humans, with their kind hearts and herbivore nature, will bring a unique perspective to our interstellar community." As the scout ship prepared to break orbit and return home, Xelna recorded her final log entry. "The species known as humans present an exciting opportunity for the Galactic Coalition. Their peaceful, herbivorous nature, combined with their problem-solving skills and social cooperation, make them ideal candidates for first contact. We've observed no signs of aggressive predatory behavior, and their technology poses no threat to our own. I recommend immediate preparation for diplomatic relations and cultural exchange. With proper guidance, humanity could become a shining example of compassion in our galactic community." With a final look at the blue planet, Xelna gave the order to depart. The Zarkonian ship slipped away silently, its crew blissfully unaware of the true nature of the species they left behind. As they jubilantly began preparations for humanity's grand introduction to the galaxy, Earth continued to spin below, a world of hidden predators, patiently waiting for their moment to emerge onto the cosmic stage. The day of first contact arrived with all the fanfare humanity could muster. In a carefully choreographed event, broadcast globally, a delegation of world leaders gathered on the manicured lawn of the United Nations headquarters in New York. The air buzzed with anticipation as the Zarkonian ship descended from the clouds, its iridescent hull gleaming in the sunlight. As the alien visitors emerged, a collective gasp rippled through the crowd. The Zarkonians, with their insectoid features and gleaming exoskeletons, were a far cry from the humanoid aliens of popular imagination. Yet the human delegates, hand-picked for their composure and diplomatic skills, didn't flinch. "Welcome to Earth," announced the UN Secretary-General, her voice steady and warm. "We come in peace and friendship." Zelna, leading the Zarkonian delegation, extended a multi-jointed limb in greeting. "We are honored to make your acquaintance, people of Earth. Your reputation for kindness precedes you." Behind the scenes, military forces stood ready, hidden from view. Snipers perched on rooftops, their weapons trained on the visitors. But to the Zarkonians, the scene appeared exactly as they expected, a peaceful welcome from a gentle, herbivorous species. In the days that followed, a carefully curated cultural exchange began. The human delegates, briefed extensively on the Zarkonians' misconceptions, played their roles to perfection. They showcased art celebrating nature, presented philosophical treatises on peace, and demonstrated Earth's most advanced green technologies. "Fascinating," Selna chittered, examining a solar panel array. "Your species has developed sustainable energy without our guidance." "Most impressive." The human scientist explaining the technology smiled modestly. "We simply wish to live in harmony with our world," she said, omitting any mention of the fossil fuel industries that still dominated much of the planet's energy production. As the exchange continued, the Zarkonians grew increasingly comfortable, even overconfident. Impressed by humanity's apparent quick grasp of new concepts, they began sharing more advanced technologies than initially planned. "Your species shows remarkable aptitude," Vexlor commented, demonstrating a device that could purify water instantly. "Perhaps we underestimated your technological potential." The human engineers examining the device exchanged subtle glances. Their minds raced, already considering military applications for the technology. But outwardly, they maintained an air of innocent fascination. "We're simply eager to learn," one engineer replied humbly. "Our goal is to improve life for all Earth's creatures." Unbeknownst to the Zarkonians, every piece of shared technology was quickly whisked away to hidden laboratories. There, Earth's brightest minds worked tirelessly to reverse engineer and adapt the alien advancements for purposes far beyond their intended use. As the cultural exchange deepened, subtle hints of humanity's true nature occasionally surfaced. A Zarkonian scientist, touring a museum, paused before a painting depicting an ancient battle scene. "What is this?" she asked, compound eyes widening at the violent imagery. The human guide, prepared for such questions, smoothly replied, "Ah, a depiction of our ancient history. We've long since evolved past such behaviors, but we keep these reminders to ensure we never repeat the mistakes of our past." Satisfied with the explanation, the Zarkonian moved on, failing to notice the glint in the guide's eye, a primal spark that belied her peaceful words. In private meetings, Earth's leaders debated their strategy. "We must maintain this charade," insisted the U.S. President. "The technological gains are immeasurable. If they knew our true nature, they might see us as a threat." "Agreed." The Chinese premier nodded. "We play the part of the gentle herbivore, all while sharpening our teeth." As the first phase of the exchange neared its end, Selna prepared her report to the Galactic Coalition. Her antennae quivered with excitement as she composed her message. "Humanity continues to exceed our expectations. Their peaceful nature is evident in every interaction. They show a remarkable ability to grasp advanced concepts, yet display no signs of the aggression or ambition that often accompanies rapid technological advancement. I strongly recommend proceeding to the next phase of integration. These humans, with their unique perspective and gentle approach to problem solving, could very well become the conscience of our galactic community. As the Zarkonian ship departed Earth's atmosphere, carrying Selma's glowing report, humanity watched with bated breath. On the surface, world leaders waved farewell with warm smiles, but in hidden bunkers deep beneath the Earth's surface, a very different scene unfolded. Engineers and scientists huddled over alien technology, weapons developers tested new prototypes, and military strategists plotted humanity's ascension to the stars. The wool remained firmly over the Zarkonians' eyes, but for how long Zyra, a junior Zarkonian scientist, had always been curious about the universe's mysteries. Her assignment to the Earth Cultural Exchange Team was a dream come true. While her superiors focused on technological and diplomatic matters, Zyra found herself drawn to human history and literature. Late one night, as the Zarkonian ship orbited Earth, Zyra accessed the data archives provided by their human hosts. She expected to find more evidence of humanity's peaceful nature. Instead, she stumbled upon something that made her antenna twitch with confusion. "The Art of War" by Sun Tzu, she read aloud, her translator struggling with the ancient Chinese name. As she delved into the text, her compound eyes widened with each passage. Supreme excellence consists of breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. One line read. Zyra's exoskeleton paled. Enemy? Fighting. These concepts seemed at odds with everything she'd been told about humans. Digging deeper, she uncovered more. Histories of world wars, treatises on military strategy, and detailed accounts of conquests. The sheer volume of martial literature was staggering. Heart racing, Zyra compiled her findings and approached her superior, Chief Researcher Clerics. "Sir, I've discovered some concerning information about human history," she began. Clerics's antennae twitched irritably. "Zyra, we've been over this. Humanity's past contains some regrettable episodes, but they've clearly evolved beyond such behavior." "But sir," Zyra insisted, "the quantity and depth of these writings suggest more than just regrettable episodes. It appears that conflict and conquest are deeply ingrained in human culture." Cleric sighed, a sound like rustling leaves. "Your concerns are noted, Zyra. But consider this. We've seen no evidence of this behavior in our interactions. Perhaps these texts serve as cautionary tales, reminders of a past they've overcome." Disappointed but undeterred, Zyra decided to continue her investigation discreetly. She began cross-referencing historical texts with current events, looking for patterns that her colleagues might have missed. Meanwhile, on Earth, cracks in humanity's carefully constructed facade were beginning to show. During a diplomatic dinner, a Zarkonian delegate noticed something odd about the human diet. "Excuse me," she chittered, gesturing to a plate of sushi. "But isn't this fish? I thought your species was herbivorous." The human diplomat smiled smoothly. "Ah, yes. Some of us do consume fish. It's a cultural tradition, a way to honor the balance of nature." The explanation seemed to satisfy the delegate, but the incident didn't go unnoticed by Zyra, who was monitoring the exchange. She added it to her growing list of inconsistencies. As the cultural exchange progressed, more subtle hints of humanity's true nature emerged. A Zarkonian engineer, collaborating with humans on a clean energy project, was surprised by their focus on how the technology could be scaled up and weaponized, for defensive purposes only, of course. Zyra's suspicions grew. She began to see patterns in human behavior that her colleagues overlooked. The intense competitiveness in their sports, the strategic thinking in their games, the barely concealed excitement when discussing the potential for space exploration, all hinted at a species far more aggressive than they appeared. But every time Zyra raised her concerns, they were dismissed. "You're seeing shadows where none exist," Clerics told her firmly. The Coalition's initial assessment was thorough. Humans are peaceful herbivores. End of discussion. Frustrated but determined, Zyra decided to take matters into her own hands. Using her clearance, she accessed restricted human internet channels, bypassing the carefully curated content provided to the Zarkonian delegation. What she found shook her to her core. News reports of ongoing conflicts, weapons development programs, and military exercises painted a very different picture of humanity than the one presented to her people. As Zara compiled her evidence, preparing to present an irrefutable case to her superiors, events on Earth were unfolding that would soon make her efforts unnecessary. In a secret facility deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, human scientists put the finishing touches on a prototype spacecraft. Reverse-engineered from Zarkonian technology and enhanced with humanity's own innovations, it represented a quantum leap in human capabilities. General Laura Chen, overseeing the project, allowed herself a fierce smile as she inspected the craft. "How long until we can begin production?" she asked. "We can have a fleet ready within months, General," her chief engineer replied. Chen nodded, her eyes gleaming with anticipation. "Excellent. It's time humanity took its rightful place among the stars." As the human leaders prepared to shed their herbivore disguise, and Zira raced to warn her people of the deception, the stage was set for a revelation that would shake the foundations of the galaxy. The Zarkonian delegation's hover transport hummed quietly as it glided over the African savanna. Earth's leaders had arranged this cultural tour to showcase humanity's harmony with nature. Little did the aliens know, they were about to witness an event that would shatter their illusions. Zelna's antennae quivered with excitement. "Observe, colleagues. Here we'll see humans in their most natural state, at one with their environment." As if on cue, the transport crested a hill, revealing a group of humans in the distance. The Zarkonians leaned forward, eager to witness this display of peaceful coexistence. What unfolded before them was anything but peaceful. The humans, a local Maasai hunting party, moved with preternatural grace and focus. Armed with spears and working in perfect coordination, they stalked a wildebeest separated from its herd. "Fascinating," murmured Vexlor. "They appear to be herding the creature, perhaps a ritual to commune with." His words died as the lead hunter's spear flashed in the sunlight, bringing down the wildebeest with terrifying efficiency. The other hunters swarmed in, their movements precise and practiced. The Zarkonians watched in horror as the humans began to butcher their prey with stone tools, their hands moving with the surety of ages-old instinct. This cannot be," Selma chittered, her exoskeleton paling. "They're consuming flesh, and with such skill." The human guide, realizing the situation had spiraled out of control, attempted to salvage the narrative. Yes. Well, this is a rare ceremonial hunt. A reenactment of ancient practices, you see. Not at all common in modern human society. But the damage was done. The Zarkonians had seen the truth with their own compound eyes. Humans were not the gentle herbivores they claimed to be, but skilled predators with millions of years of evolutionary history behind their hunting prowess. As the delegation returned to their ship in stunned silence, debates raged among Earth's leaders. How could you let this happen? The U.S. President's voice crackled with barely contained fury over the secure video link. Do you realize what you've done? The Kenyan president stood his ground. We agreed to show them our culture. This is our culture, a part of our heritage we won't deny or hide. The Maasai have been hunting this way for thousands of years, added the Nigerian representative. We won't erase our history to maintain your charade. As the human leaders argued, the Zarkonians were facing a crisis of their own. We've been deceived. Vexlor raged, pacing the ship's command center. These humans are predators, carnivores. Who knows what other lies they've told us? Zelna, still reeling from the revelation, tried to maintain order. We must not jump to conclusions. Perhaps there's an explanation. Explanation. Zyra interrupted, stepping forward. Respected leaders, I've uncovered evidence that suggests this deception goes far beyond dietary habits. She presented her findings. The military histories, the weaponized technologies, the ongoing conflicts that had been hidden from them. With the context of what they'd witnessed on the savannah, the pieces fell into place with chilling clarity. By the Hive Mother, Selna whispered, her world crumbling around her. What have we done? We've handed advanced technology to a species of predators. As panic began to spread through the Zarkonian ship, alarms suddenly blared. A junior officer rushed in, mandibles clicking frantically. Honored leaders, we've detected a massive energy surge from the planet's surface. Multiple objects are launching into orbit. They appear to be ships of human design, but incorporating our technology. On Earth, General Chen watched with fierce pride as humanity's new fleet rose into the sky, throwing off the shackles of gravity and deception in one bold move. To all Earth forces, she broadcasted, "The time for hiding is over. Our galactic neighbors have seen our true face. Now, let's show them what humanity can really do." As human ships streaked towards the Zarkonian vessel, both species faced a moment of truth. The aliens, reeling from betrayal, scrambled to respond to this unexpected threat. The humans, finally unleashing their true potential, prepared to claim their place among the stars. The mask had slipped, and there was no going back. The galaxy was about to learn the true nature of Earth's apex predator. For better or worse, the Zarkonian ship shuddered as another human vessel screamed past, its engines a fusion of alien technology and human ingenuity. On the bridge, Selna watched in horror and reluctant admiration as Earth's newly revealed fleet performed maneuvers that should have been impossible for such a young spacefaring race. How? She chittered to her crew. How have they advanced so quickly? Zira, now grudgingly respected for her foresight, analyzed the incoming data. It appears they've not just copied our technology, but improved upon it. The energy signatures are off the charts. In the lead human ship, christened the HSS Prometheus, General Chen allowed herself a grim smile. "Status report," she barked. "All systems nominal, General," her XO responded. "The Zarkonian vessel is surrounded. They've made no aggressive moves." Chen nodded. "Open a channel. It's time we had a frank discussion with our alien friends." Back on the Zarkonian ship, Selna received the transmission. The human general's face filled the screen, her expression a mixture of pride and caution. "This is General Laura Chen of Earth's United Space Command. Your deception is over, as is ours. We propose an immediate conference to discuss our future relations." Selna, realizing the precariousness of their situation, agreed. Within hours, representatives from both species convened on a neutral space station. The atmosphere was tense, filled with recrimination and wary respect. "You lied to us," Selma began, her antennae quivering with indignation. "As did you, by omission," Chen countered. "You came to our world, assuming our nature without truly understanding us. We simply allowed your misconceptions to persist." What followed was a heated exchange, revealing the full extent of humanity's rapid advancement. In mere months, humans had not only reverse-engineered Zarkonian technology, but had pushed it to new limits. "Your water purification system," a human scientist explained. "We've adapted it to cleanse entire oceans. Your energy generators, we've scaled them up to power continents." The Zarkonians listened in astonishment as humans detailed innovation after innovation. What the aliens had seen as benign technologies, humanity had transformed into tools of unprecedented scale and power. "But why?" Vexlor asked. "If you're capable of such wonders, why hide your true nature?" A human diplomat stepped forward. "Fear," she said simply. "Fear of rejection, fear of conflict. We've dreamed of the stars for millennia, but we also know our history. We worried that if you saw our whole selves, our capacity for both creation and destruction, you might deem us too dangerous." As the conference progressed, it became clear that humanity's predatory nature had expressed itself not just in warfare, but in an insatiable drive to innovate, to push boundaries, to overcome challenges. "You see us as predators," Chen said, "and you're not wrong. But predators aren't just destroyers. We're innovators, adapters. We see problems as challenges to be overcome, frontiers to be explored. To demonstrate, the humans presented a series of innovations they'd developed. Terraforming technologies that could make barren worlds habitable in decades instead of centuries. Medical advancements that could cure diseases the Zarkonians had long thought incurable. Defensive systems that could protect entire star systems from cosmic threats. The Zarkonians were forced to reassess their view of humanity. Yes, these were predators, but predators whose instincts had been turned towards progress, whose aggression had been channeled into relentless problem-solving. As the conference drew to a close, both species faced a choice. The humans, their true nature now revealed, awaited judgment. The Zarkonians, their assumptions shattered, had to decide how to proceed. Zelna, after long deliberation with her team, addressed the assembly. Humans of Earth, you have deceived us, and in doing so, have caused us to question much of what we believed about the universe. Your predatory nature is undeniable, and frankly, terrifying. She paused, her compound eyes scanning the tense faces before her. But so too is your potential. In all our exploration, we've never encountered a species quite like yours. Your drive, your adaptability, your sheer innovative spirit, these are qualities our galaxy desperately needs. General Chen leaned forward, hardly daring to hope. Are you suggesting? Zelna's antennae twitched in what the humans were learning to recognize as a smile. I am suggesting, General, that perhaps it's time the galaxy had a new apex predator. One that hunts for knowledge and progress as voraciously as it once hunted for food. As the implications of her words sank in, humans and Zarkonians alike realized that a new era was dawning. Humanity was stepping onto the galactic stage, not as the meek herbivores they'd pretended to be, but as the formidable, innovative predators they truly were. The galaxy would never be the same. The news of humanity's true nature spread through the galaxy like wildfire. The Zarkonian High Council, still reeling from the revelation, debated furiously about how to handle the situation. Meanwhile, other alien civilizations watched with a mixture of fear, curiosity, and opportunism. Among these was the Drekthul Imperium, a notoriously aggressive species that had long been the scourge of the galactic community. Seeing the turmoil caused by humanity's emergence, they sensed an opportunity. In a bold move, the Drekthul launched a surprise attack on several human colony worlds at the edge of explored space. Their expectation was simple: crush these upstart predators quickly, proving their own superiority and expanding their territory in one fell swoop. They could not have been more wrong. On New Eden, the largest of the attacked colonies, the Drekthul fleet darkened the sky. Governor Yuki Tanaka stood in the colony's command center, her face illuminated by the glow of tactical displays. "So," she said, her voice calm despite the chaos around her, "they want to see what human predators can do. Let's show them." The response was swift and devastating. Hidden defense platforms, reversive engineered from Zarkonian technology and enhanced by human ingenuity, sprang to life. Swarms of autonomous drones, each no bigger than a fist, but armed with terrifyingly effective weapons, emerged from concealed silos. In orbit, the human defense fleet engaged the Drekthul ships. The aliens found themselves outmaneuvered at every turn, facing tactics they'd never encountered and technologies they couldn't comprehend. Admiral Kira Chen, daughter of General Laura Chen, led the counter-offensive from the bridge of the HSS Thunderchild. "Push them back," she ordered, her eyes gleaming with the thrill of the hunt. "Let's show these bullies what happens when you corner a predator." The battle raged for days, but the outcome was never in doubt. Human ships, crewed by descendants of pack hunters, coordinated with an efficiency that left the Drekthul reeling. On the ground, human colonists demonstrated why their ancestors had been apex predators, using the terrain and their technological edge to devastating effect. As news of the human victory spread, the galactic community watched in stunned silence. The Drekthul, long considered one of the most formidable military powers in known space, had been not just defeated, but utterly routed. In the aftermath, the Zarkonian High Council convened an emergency session. Silna, now their chief ambassador to Earth, addressed the assembly. Esteemed colleagues, we stand at a crossroads. The humans have demonstrated not just their predatory nature, but their unparalleled ability to innovate and adapt. The galaxy as we know it has changed forever. On Earth, the United World Council met to discuss their next moves. The chamber was filled with a palpable sense of excitement and trepidation. We've revealed ourselves to the galaxy, President Adama declared, her voice resonating through the hall. Now we must decide, what kind of predators will we be? Will we use our strength to dominate or to protect? The debate that followed was heated. Some argued for aggressive expansion, seeing the stars as humanity's new frontier to conquer. Others advocated for a more measured approach, using their newfound respect to forge alliances and establish humanity as a stabilizing force in the galaxy. In the end, a middle path was chosen. Humanity would neither shrink from its nature, nor let it run unchecked. They would be the predators who protected the weak, who hunted for knowledge and progress, who used their strength to maintain balance rather than upset it. As the council session concluded, a message arrived from the Zarkonian High Council. It was an invitation. Humanity was being asked to join the Galactic Coalition, not as junior members, but as equals. President Adama smiled as she read the message aloud to the council. It seems, she said, that the galaxy has realized it needs predators like us. Not just to hunt, but to guard, to innovate, to push the boundaries of what's possible. As humanity prepared to take its place on the galactic stage, ripples of their actions spread far and wide. Other predatory species, long suppressed or hiding their nature, began to emerge. Herbivorous civilizations scrambled to adapt to this new paradigm. And in the distant reaches of the galaxy, ancient slumbering powers began to stir, sensing a shift in the cosmic order. The Zarkonian ship shuddered as another human vessel screamed past, its engines a fusion of alien technology and human ingenuity. On the bridge, Selma watched in horror and reluctant admiration as Earth's newly revealed fleet performed maneuvers that should have been impossible for such a young spacefaring race. How? She chittered to her crew. How have they advanced so quickly? Zura, now grudgingly respected for her foresight, analyzed the incoming data. It appears they've not just copied our technology, but improved upon it. The energy signatures are off the charts. In the lead human ship, christened the HS Prometheus, General Chen allowed herself a grim smile. Status report, she barked. All systems nominal. General, her XO responded. The Zarkonian vessel is surrounded. They've made no aggressive moves. Chen nodded. Open a channel. It's time we had a frank discussion with our alien friends. Back on the Zarkonian ship, Selna received the transmission. The human general's face filled the screen, her expression a mixture of pride and caution. This is General Laura Chen of Earth's United Space Command. Your deception is over, as is ours. We propose an immediate conference to discuss our future relations. Selna, realizing the precariousness of their situation, agreed. Within hours, representatives from both species convened on a neutral space station. The atmosphere was tense, filled with recrimination and wary respect. You lied to us, Zelna began, her antennae quivering with indignation. As did you, by omission, Chen countered. You came to our world, assuming our nature without truly understanding us. We simply allowed your misconceptions to persist. What followed was a heated exchange, revealing the full extent of humanity's rapid advancement. In mere months, humans had not only reverse-engineered Zarkonian technology, but had pushed it to new limits. Your water purification system, a human scientist explained. We've adapted it to cleanse entire oceans. Your energy generators, we've scaled them up to power continents. The Zarkonians listened in astonishment as humans detailed innovation after innovation. What the aliens had seen as benign technologies, humanity had transformed into tools of unprecedented scale and power. But why? Vexlor asked. If you're capable of such wonders, why hide your true nature? A human diplomat stepped forward. Fear, she said simply. Fear of rejection, fear of conflict. We've dreamed of the stars for millennia. But we also know our history. We worried that if you saw our whole selves, our capacity for both creation and destruction, you might deem us too dangerous. As the conference progressed, it became clear that humanity's predatory nature had expressed itself not just in warfare, but in an insatiable drive to innovate, to push boundaries, to overcome challenges. You see us as predators, Chen said, and you're not wrong. But predators aren't just destroyers. We're innovators, adapters. We see problems as challenges to be overcome, frontiers to be explored. To demonstrate, the humans presented a series of innovations they'd developed. Terraforming technologies that could make barren worlds habitable in decades instead of centuries. Medical advancements that could cure diseases the Zarkonians had long thought incurable. Defensive systems that could protect entire star systems from cosmic threats. The Zarkonians were forced to reassess their view of humanity. Yes, these were predators, but predators whose instincts had been turned towards progress, whose aggression had been channeled into relentless problem-solving. As the conference drew to a close, both species faced a choice. The humans, their true nature now revealed, awaited judgment. The Zarkonians, their assumptions shattered, had to decide how to proceed. Zelna, after long deliberation with her team, addressed the assembly. Humans of Earth, you have deceived us, and in doing so, have caused us to question much of what we believed about the universe. Your predatory nature is undeniable, and frankly, terrifying. She paused, her compound eyes scanning the tense faces before her. But so too is your potential. In all our exploration, we've never encountered a species quite like yours. Your drive, your adaptability, your sheer innovative spirit, these are qualities our galaxy desperately needs. General Chen leaned forward, hardly daring to hope. Are you suggesting? Zelna's antennae twitched in what the humans were learning to recognize as a smile. I am suggesting, General, that perhaps it's time the galaxy had a new apex predator, one that hunts for knowledge and progress as voraciously as it once hunted for food. The galactic powder keg had been lit. Whether it would lead to an explosion of progress or conflict remained to be seen. But one thing was certain. With humanity's true nature revealed, the universe would never be the same again. The Galactic Coalition's Grand Hall buzzed with tension. Representatives from 1,000 worlds shifted nervously in their seats, appendages of all shapes twitching with anticipation. At the center of attention stood Ambassador Zara Okonkwo, Earth's first official representative to the coalition. Distinguished delegates, Zara began, her voice steady despite the weight of history on her shoulders. Humanity comes before you not to apologize for our nature, but to offer our strengths in service of galactic peace and progress. As she spoke, the assembled aliens watched with a mixture of fear, awe, and curiosity. The humans' victory over the Drekthul had sent shockwaves through the galaxy. Now, every civilization was scrambling to reposition itself in this new cosmic order. In the shadowy corners of the galaxy, other predatory species long suppressed or hidden began to stir. The Volcran, silicon-based beings who had concealed their carnivorous nature for eons, emerged from their crystalline cities to seek alliance with Earth. The Neurovores, energy beings who fed on neural impulses, saw in humanity kindred spirits who understood the thrill of the hunt. Meanwhile, herbivorous species like the peaceful Florans of the Verdant Collective trembled. Their representative, a sentient plant named Chlora, addressed the coalition with quivering leaves. We have lived in harmony for millennia. Chlora's pollen-laden words wafted through the air. How can we trust these humans not to upset the balance we've worked so hard to maintain? Zara's response was diplomatic yet firm. Change is inevitable, but destruction is not. We offer our protection to those who seek it, our innovation to those who need it, and our respect to all who grant us the same. As the coalition debated, ripples of humanity's revelation spread to the farthest reaches of known space. On the desert world of HFY, the insectoid hive-minders began restructuring their entire society, incorporating human-inspired innovations to better defend against potential threats. In the gas giant colonies of the Jovian Confederation, floating cities were retrofitted with human-designed shield technologies. But not all reactions were peaceful. The hegemony of enlightened worlds, a loose confederation of self-proclaimed superior species, saw humanity's rise as a threat to their dominance. In secret meetings, they plotted to contain or eliminate this new predator before it could fully establish itself. Back on Earth, the United World Council grappled with their newfound galactic responsibilities. Admiral Kira Chen, now hailed as the hero of the Drekthul conflict, addressed the council. "We've spent our entire history competing against ourselves," she said, her eyes gleaming with the possibility of new frontiers. "Now we have the entire galaxy as our playground, our laboratory, our arena. But we must remember, with great power comes great responsibility." President Adama nodded solemnly. "We've hidden our nature for too long. Now we must learn to balance our predatory instincts with wisdom and restraint." As humanity deliberated its path forward, other ancient powers began to stir. In the void between galaxies, the dormant precursor artifacts, left behind by a long-vanished species, began to activate. Their sensors, designed to detect significant shifts in the galactic power balance, had been triggered by humanity's emergence. On the fringes of known space, the Cosmic Archivists, a species dedicated to observing and recording galactic history, madly updated their records. One of their seers, gazing into the quantum foam of possible futures, trembled at the visions of humanity's potential impact. "The predator species from the blue world," the seer whispered, "they are a nexus of change. In their wake, empires will fall, and new ones will rise. The very fabric of galactic society will be rewoven." As the seer's words spread, they sparked both fear and hope across the cosmos. Some saw humanity as the harbinger of chaos, others as the key to unlocking the galaxy's full potential. In response to the growing unrest, the Galactic Coalition proposed a summit on Earth, allowing representatives from all worlds to see humanity in its natural habitat. It would be a chance for humans to showcase their achievements, explain their history, and demonstrate their commitment to galactic cooperation. As preparations for the summit began, humanity stood at the threshold of a new era. They had revealed their true nature to the stars. And now the stars were watching, waiting to see what these curious, terrifying, innovative predators would do next. The galaxy held its breath, knowing that whatever path humanity chose, the ripples of their actions would be felt for eons to come. The day of the Galactic Summit on Earth had arrived. New York City, chosen for its historical significance in human diplomacy, buzzed with an energy unlike any in its long history. Alien delegates from across the known universe walked its streets, their diverse forms a testament to the sheer variety of life in the cosmos. At the newly constructed Harmony Spire, a marvel of human engineering that stretched to the edge of the atmosphere, President Adama stood before the assembled galactic representatives. The weight of humanity's future rested on her shoulders. "Distinguished guests," she began, her voice clear and strong, "welcome to Earth. We stand before you not just as predators, but as partners. Our history is one of conflict, yes, but also of incredible progress and unity." As she spoke, holographic displays showcased humanity's journey, from cave paintings of ancient hunts to the first steps on the moon, from world wars to global cooperation. The aliens watched, mesmerized by the rapid evolution of this young species. In orbit, the HMS Prometheus, now a symbol of human ingenuity, hosted tours for alien dignitaries. Admiral Kira Chen explained to a group of wide-eyed Zarkonians, "Our strength lies not just in our technology, but in our ability to adapt, to see challenges as opportunities." On the lunar colonies, Clora the Floran representative experienced Earth's gravity for the first time, her leaves swaying in the artificial breeze of the biodome. "I begin to understand," she whispered to her human guide. "Your world shaped you to be survivors, innovators." But not all were convinced. In a shadowy corner of the summit, representatives from the hegemony of enlightened worlds whispered conspiracies. Their fears, however, were about to be challenged in an unexpected way. As the summit progressed, alarms suddenly blared. A massive precursor artifact, dormant for millennia, had activated on the edge of the solar system. Its purpose: to test emerging civilizations, to deem them worthy of inheriting the mantle of galactic stewardship. Panic erupted among the delegates, but humanity, true to its nature, saw not just danger, but opportunity. President Adama's voice cut through the chaos. "This is the moment to show our true strength, not as conquerors, but as protectors of life in all its forms." In a historic move, she called for a united response. Species that had been bitter enemies found themselves working alongside humans, pooling their knowledge and resources to face this cosmic challenge. The HSS Prometheus led a joint fleet towards the artifact. Admiral Chen stood on the bridge, surrounded by a crew of humans and aliens alike. "Together," she declared, "we are more than the sum of our parts." As they approached the artifact, it unleashed a series of tests: gravitational anomalies, time distortions, and reality warping challenges that pushed the limits of their understanding of the universe. Humanity's predatory instincts, honed by eons of evolution, proved crucial. Where others hesitated, humans leaped into action. Their problem-solving skills, their ability to think outside conventional boundaries, their very drive to overcome, all became assets in this cosmic trial. The Vulcran's crystalline technology interfaced with human quantum computers. Chlora's Floran empathy helped decode alien emotions. Even the hegemony representatives found their advanced theories vital in unraveling the artifact's mysteries. After what seemed like an eternity of trials, the precursor artifact fell silent. Then, a message beamed across the galaxy. The mantle of responsibility is passed. A new order rises, diverse, adaptive, unified. The age of division ends. The age of galactic community begins. As the message faded, the assembled fleet realized the profound change they had undergone. They had faced cosmic trials not as individual species, but as a united front of galactic life. Returning to Earth, the summit reconvened with a new sense of purpose. President Adama addressed the galactic representatives once more. "We entered this summit as divided species, each fearing the other's nature. We emerge as partners, having faced cosmic challenges together. Humanity's predatory nature, which once inspired fear, has proven to be the catalyst for a new era of cooperation." The Galactic Coalition was reformed that day. No longer a loose association of wary aliens, but a true united front of diverse life forms. Humanity, with its predatory drive tempered by wisdom and cooperation, found itself not at the top of this new order, but at its heart, the bridge builders between different forms of life. As news of these events spread across the galaxy, a new age dawned. Humanity had revealed its true nature, faced its trials, and emerged not as the galaxy's apex predator, but as its unifying force. The stars, once a frontier to be feared, now beckoned as a realm of endless possibility. And humanity, with its newfound allies, stood ready to face whatever challenges the universe had in store, not just as predators, but as guardians of a grand interstellar community.